Okay, hello. I assume I am live now. I think I am. Yes, I am. I've got the chat in front of me, so I can see if anyone's writing to me, but it's unlikely, so that's fine. Anyway, where are we up to? We are up to a details element, so a details web component, because where did I leave it? I left it last week, didn't I? I think I might have disabled it completely. What did I do? Oh, this is fun, isn't it? Hey there, Chris. Thanks for joining. So I'm just showing off the detail. I created my own details like web component, so that I could style it basically. Oh, here we go. This is it. It's down there. I don't know where the bottom of the page has gone, but the talk details down there, and when it expands out, it's not supposed to be there. So this is the design that I'm doing. If Figma loads, you can see I've literally left open all the tabs I had open from last week when I was doing it. That's where I'm trying to get to. And the reason I had to make my own web component for details is because my beloved designer has given me a details element where the summary is at the bottom, which we can't do. Although, you know what? I wanted to quickly test something I learned. Let me just change this back to a details element. If the shadow DOM has open on it, it means I might be able to inject some style. So let's have a look at the shadow DOM. I'm pretty sure it doesn't have open because I don't think you can get inside of it. Yeah, so there's shadow DOM. It's not. So if it had open in, I guess in the brackets, I would be able to inject a style block that might be able to change the style of these, but it doesn't. So that's why I've got my own. Let's go back to the HTML. Let's drop in the rem details, and if we look at that shadow DOM, we see open, which means I can style it. Right, so I just want to finish off styling this a little bit down here, just so that it's got the right CSS, and then I'm going to work on this block we've already got. Probably style these, which are pretty straightforward, I think. And then this bottom bit, which is a little bit more interesting, where we've got the FF. That's kind of almost there, although it's taken me, I mean, it hasn't really taken me 5 weeks to do it. It's taken me about 4 hours to do it over the period of 5 weeks. So what I want is the small details to look like this. So we're going to use the regular font and this vector. So I'm going to copy it as SVG. I'm going to drop into Jake's SVG tool so I can make it really small. Right, so let's go into our source code for the details, and all right, so this summary, I need to style it properly. Where's my CSS? So I think it's this. Yeah, okay, so we want display block, font family. We don't really want inherit, do we? That's not quite right. We want this font here, which is, I'm guessing it's system font. Nope, it's not even the system font. Right. Okay, that's too big. So we've got font size 16 and line height 24, and it's not shown in desktop. So the other thing is I want to use a media query. Yeah, media query basically just completely disables the whole effect. So we need to add this as well. Media, I might just stick that in a comment. I wonder if anyone watching these has kind of wondered where the hell the JavaScript is. I thought this was supposed to be a JavaScript guy, and I'm very much like, I'd rather write less JavaScript if I need to. I think you can get a long way without it, and ideally I want to get a long way without it. So that's where the CSS is. Right, so what do we say? Font size 16 px, line height 24 px. We've got a font weight going on there. Whoa! Not sure if you can see that in the video. My selector is going completely batshit. Weight. Can I see the weight here? Medium, okay. And okay, 500. I wonder if that is actually a font weight of 500. Wait. I think the medium font family, font book. So I'm just going to quickly check this enter font. I'm pretty sure whenever I downloaded it last week, it is. Oh no, sorry, it's a web. It's in the source code, isn't it? I'm pretty sure I downloaded the 500 weight. Yeah, it is. Okay, so that's the 500 weight. Let's get the background image on there in CSS as well. Oh man, can I do this? After content. So nested CSS has landed in Chrome, and my plan is that deploy will transform this CSS from, I've got some nested stuff somewhere, like here. It will do a transform and overwrite it, but using the same thing in the JavaScript, it's not going to fly, because I'm pretty sure the transform code is not going to know to do it here, basically. And then arguably maybe my shadow DOM CSS should be in my CSS file, since I'm not gonna. There's no reason I'm not gonna publish this details element. So I don't know. Display block position fixed absolute. Right, no background URL. So I need to make the SVG data encoded, and then double quotes. Yeah, and we want. Right, just do background image, background repeat, no repeat, background position center. Oh, we need a width, don't we? Width. How big's this thing? 8 by 4. Oh man, why is that there? Let's change this. Viewbox equals 0, 14. What was it? 16, 18, 16. Let's do width 16px, height equals 8px. No, 14px. I think that's too big. It might be too big, we'll find out. What is that? I think I've copied the wrong thing. What is that? That is the wrong... What in God's name did I copy? Oh, you know what? It didn't... Oh, you plum. Encode. I didn't encode it. I copied the last thing that I had, which was the Lavatari type thing. Oh, I don't like putting it into the JavaScript. Yeah. It's just a bit of a ball ache, isn't it? it's in the shadow DOM, so I'm not sure. Can I style? Tell you what, instead of just kind of saying out loud, let's just grab this and stick it in my CSS. See what happens. Nothing happens. Okay. I mean, I guess I could link to another style sheet, but I kind of want to reduce the number of external calls that are happening. But I really don't like writing my JavaScript in this backtick syntax. I think that this lets VS Code syntax highlight, but because I'm doing it in Chrome, it doesn't make any difference. Anyway, let's get this working. So position is it relative I need. There we go, that's in there. And I'm guessing inline block. No, oh, it's doesn't need to be. Why is that there? I want it block. Oh, it's because I need top 0. Right, there we go. And then we're going to put a border top here, which has got, I don't know what, margin top of 16, padding top 16px, border top 1px solid, and whatever the hell that color is. It should be a CSS variable, but I have to do for a minute. And then we've got a margin top of 24. What about when it's open? Yep, 24. Margin top 24px. Can't see that line, and this thing is moved up as well. Border top 1px. What's that? That doesn't quite have the same softness that this has. Oh, you know what? I bet you. Oh no, it's just used a different colour. Okay. Yep, just got the wrong colour, so it's 3-3. Okay, so top. This is just needs to be adjusted for the margin, right? Sort of. It's the problem is the alignment on that box is not the same as the debris, is it? Make the height. Is it 24? Is it line height? Yeah, that should do a trick. Okay. So height is 24. Okay. I'm never sure about the arrow, but whatever. And now we need some kind of property to say it's open. So that confused me for a while. This mode open. Mode means whether or not it can be accessed from mode open means accessed in user code. Right, so let's get rid of that. That was me debugging. Disable. Oh, we've got this open state. We probably should add, I should probably add the open state as a property. I've got to work out how to style this with this CSS file rather than this one. I guess the problem is here. The talk details is being injected by a property, an attribute, and the idea there is that if there's no JavaScript, then it's completely open, right? So if I disable JavaScript, it's open by default. Right, okay. So let's get the talk details thingy working. More details. feel like the arrow is confusing. I'll send that back to Chris, I think. So what I would do here, can I just use the same image and flip it? How do I flip a background image? Transform? No, transform, and then scale Y -1. There we go. That's where we want to flip it, don't we? I guess the cleverer ones of you would do transition rotate 100 ms ease out. Is that the syntax? Can't remember. And then dot details data open equals true. Is it data open? Do we want open? Which one? Open? Open? Yep. And then we would do name equals summary after transition transform. Thank you. Transform. Oh, look at you. You're actually watching and listening. That means the world to me. Transform, rotate 180 degrees. And we've got to add a property. So get open, details are hidden, and we've got to do this dot details dot set attribute open. Oh wait, no, I've got to say if value set attribute true, else remove the attribute, don't set it to false. Yeah, it's kind of a deep dive into why on earth would you? Oh man. So when I open and close that, oh, it's even if it is changing the it's changing the attribute, but it's obviously not. They're not joined. I've put it in the wrong place. It's not the details. It's the shadow host. That's it. Shadow root host. Okay, that did or did not work. Something's gone wrong there. What have I got? I'm going to close and open my DevTools. I keep on getting errors in my DevTools, but I don't see them. Something's gone wrong. Okay, so the open property worked. Oh, but I can't use the selector from the... no, wait. No, surely I can. So that when I've got it the wrong way around. That's half the problem. How is that the wrong way around? Oh, you silly sod. Const open equals value. Hidden equals not open. Okay, and the initial state, I don't know what it should be. I think we should be probably reading the open attribute. I'm literally implementing the whole thing. And the other thing is, there's no accessibility, right? I can't tab into this thing. Whereas in JSBin, when I create a details element, which is not going to load now. Ah. Oh, I've lost it now. But you can tab into them. So I need to add the tab index. So I guess I can do that. Where is it? Children type slot. So that needs to have a .tab index. Isn't -1 means it can be tabbed into? No. Is it 0? I can't remember what it is. I'm hitting tab. I can't remember what it is. Come back to that. And I need to make it so that, you know, space and enter fix me. And then to do add space and enter to make selectable. Open to toggle open state. All right. Which is basically this on click. Summary equals that. I think that still works. Does that still work? No, it doesn't. Yeah, this is a weird thing. Oh no, it does still work. Okay. I had some weirdness last time about it not being selectable or something. Anyway. How long are we doing? 25 minutes already, blimey. And I haven't gotten very far. Right, so let's fix up the CSS. So this should be, I thought this is host, right? Host open. But it's not. I really haven't done much with web components. So the styling the shadow host, the following snippets. Host selects the shadow host of the shadow DOM containing the in other words, allow you to select the custom element from inside. Yeah, so that should do it, right? This should be host should be selecting that. We can test. I guess we can test it by trying to make the. I don't know. Let's do host color red. Important. Where? Why? Why is it? Why is it just... Why isn't it all of this? Why isn't all of that red? Oh, okay, it goes just... Okay. I don't really see that doing anything. It has font weight 700, but it's not applying, is it? Although we don't have a 700 font weight. That might be the reason. But I'm surprised that important doesn't work. Like important, impressively, is overridden by the user styles, which I guess is cool. Okay, right. Well, it doesn't matter. I am targeting the host at this point. So let's go back into the sources, and it's got to be just the rotate. I've just got my syntax wrong here, haven't I? Transform. Let's go to this. Into the slot. So the open attribute is there, and why doesn't a selector work? Surely that should be selected. Oh wait, hang on. I'm actually thinking about it. I think the syntax. Let's get rid of the marquee because that's. I think it's pretty triggering for some people. I'm guessing. That this is what the host context is for. It's for selecting the descendant within the host. So the host can't be used. Wait, maybe it can't even be used. Right, I'm just gonna change this to color red. Oh, okay, right. It's the attribute selector it doesn't like. So context. How am I going to do that? That's not going to work. How do I? Oh my god! How do I? I mean, I could just put epoxy open property on this thing. Seems redundant though. You know what I could do? I could actually just copy this and then have a regular details element and have a look at what's going on in their shadow DOM. Oh, I've got a phone call from London. No, they're gonna have to. I've got a feeling that's Amazon. Amazon keep phoning me to try and get me to upgrade to a business account. I'm like, I don't need a business account. I'm pretty sure you're screwing the smaller people out of their business, so I'm not going to do it. And they keep phoning me and they're like, it's free. Right, so this is the regular shadow DOM for a details element. Oh no, okay, right. So this is targeting. What did I have before? So this is my one. So they're styling the. So this is the thing that's a little bit confusing. In my shadow DOM, I'm styling the slots. But in their shadow DOM, they're styling the nodes. The the user knows. So what I mean by that is that when they've got this host open summary, they're targeting oh yeah, okay, so they're targeting the host, what's on the outside of the shadow DOM, whereas is that how that works? I think I didn't get that from the documentation at all, but I think so. I don't know if I'm explaining at all, but this I won't be able to target name equals summary because this is part of the actual shadow DOM. Hang on a second, sorry. All kinds of alerts going off. So this is inside of my shadow DOM, but this, when you use details element, that's part of the host. That summary tag element rather is in the host code, not inside of the shadow DOM. The slot is what's inside of the shadow DOM, and using this is going to select. I should be able to select the DL there. Font red is not going to do the trick though. Text decoration, I guess. DD. Fuck, that's not even. Oh no, it's because it's not open. No. Oh, come on, I'm how do you add an attribute without giving it a value? Yeah, that doesn't matter. I should still be able to select this, right? If I do $rem details open, it still selects it. So that's a valid selector. So this is supposed to target, like that should be the equivalent of doing, and the brackets are kind of, yeah, the brackets are the syntax for the host selector, right? This one. Why isn't this working? CSS wrong? Let's go back to font color red. Let's check the DD. Not targeting it. So that there should be targeting this, but it's not. Whereas in this one, this style here targets this element. Is there some bad CSS somewhere? Oh man, I really don't know what I'm doing, do I? Host. I mean, let's do that. What the hey? Is it? Am I just really confused? I had it working before, right? I had... host red. That worked. And it was trying to apply red to this, but it was being overridden. Fine. So what I'm saying now is open property, refresh. That does work. No, don't worry about it. There's thank you for wishing that you could help. Okay. But I should be able to add a child selector here, which is DD, right? And these should be trying to be styled red, but they're not. And I'm so confused. Hang on, that's saving the color change I've just made. Is it that it's a direct descendant? Am I not reading the spec right? Oh. What? Oh wait, it doesn't have the open property. Wait, is this... Is this... Oh, hang on. I've got a feeling I know what this is now. I think it's to do with this. I think that when you do a set attribute, I don't know if the DOM, the CSS model sees it. I'm going to change that to open here. Can't remember where I styled it now. Right, I'm going to hide. I'm going to hide the oops. I'm going to hide the details element for a second because it's confusing me. Details display none, and I've got a feeling I've got a really it's to do with this. What on earth? Oh, no, I'm getting an error. How do I use JavaScript just to set an attribute without a value? Like, just open. I don't even know if I can do that. How do I do that? don't think that's it. No, it's not. Oh, that's going nuts. Let's clear the console. Trying to work out if in JavaScript I can even do like set attribute but without a value. The same way. Oh, maybe there are. Okay, it's that, isn't it? Empty quote. So I've got a feeling that what's happening is that the CSS doesn't see the property, this property in the DOM node, because the JavaScript is changing the state, and the CSS has only read it. It reads it at kind of startup, and it doesn't register JavaScript attribute changes, basically. So I guess I can pare that down a little bit. Let's jump into v5 for a second. Let me explain what I'm seeing. God, you think I'd blog about some of this, wouldn't you? I've got nothing going on my blog. Right, so if I've got a div and some text here, right? And what I'm going to do is have div color is red, and I'm going to do div Remy color is blue, and then let's add a button. Click me, and what are we going to do in JavaScript? Say document.querySelector button.onClick equals. I'm going to grab that div, and we're going to do set attribute Remy empty, and it fudging well works. So that's my theory out the window. I'm sure something a while back. Brilliant. Well, okay, so this is effectively what I'm doing. But the selector, this one isn't working in my details. Okay, so that is definitely the right code. It doesn't help my initial state is the wrong way around. No, so in the CSS, so your question for anyone watching this kind of post, this selector, this part, the host, is putting the selector's context on the host, basically my user code. So it should be able to select this real DOM node outside of the shadow DOM. So I should be selecting either the DL or the DD, anything inside of the selector, inside of the user code, right? So I have a selector that says host open should be, and it targets this correctly, and then I'm saying grab the DD or the DL and give it a color. If I want to target the shadow DOM, I get rid of this part basically. I think host context is use the shadow DOM, something like that. Select the shadow host only if it's descendant an argument is given. Like, oh yeah, so here select the host if there's an h1 inside. So that's the context, and then the host open close brackets should be able to select the root of the shadow DOM, the root shadow host. I'm explaining it to myself as well. I'm working out as I go along. So this syntax is completely wrong, right? Because it's saying set the context of the host and then try and target a DOM node that's inside of it, but that summary doesn't actually exist inside of it. It exists in the shadow. So I think really the only way I'm gonna do this is to either mirror or reflect the open state in my wrapper, and then I can target the summary element to flip the arrow. But it's still an interesting problem here where I'm not able to even target the DL properly, and I don't know why. It's kind of like, how much longer do I spend going around in circles on this? Like, so this is the example right there. I mean, let me put this example into JSBin. So let's get rid of this bit. Let's go back to, this is the, I mean, that example code is missing something significant, but let's go into that anyway. I need to grab the syntax for it. What was this? The what do they call it? Context span. Yeah, hi Keith. So just describing, so basically I've ended up creating a custom details element only so that I can put the summary, I can style the summary element to the bottom of the column, right? And the reason for that is that I'm blindly following my designer's design so that I've got the kind of open close at the bottom. And with a details element, you can't style the summary element. You can't change the order in which they appear, because the styling of that stack is done inside of the shadow DOM and not outside. So to overcome that, I've created my own details element, which, you know, re-implementing native browser tech and so on. But I've hit a bunch of interesting problems. And the current issue that I'm on is I want to target, well, at the moment, I just want to target this a DL, DT, and then DD, right? So here, this DD, I should be able to target it with my web component using host open DD, right? So host open brackets, attribute is open, DD, right? So nothing special here. Without the DD, if I just refresh the code, we can see we've got the DD has inherited the color red important. It overwrites it for reasons I didn't know with user code, which I'm happy with, I'm fine with. But if I add in a selector at this point, DL, or even DD, DL is like the top level inside of my custom component, right? My web component. So let's just try and target, oh, sorry, jumping all over the place. The DL, we should see color red, right? So refresh, inspect, go to the DL, there's no color red. So the selector here is not working. I haven't tested this, so just straight host DL. But so my problem is I don't seem to be able to add. Well, okay, so yeah, so if I can't start, it's fair if I can't style the nested components, but the browser can do it. The browser can do it, so I want to do it. So I'm looking at a native details element, and I'm using that as kind of inspiration and guidance. So we've got the shadow DOM, we've got the style, and inside that style, it has host summary, host open. And there's no MDN examples, which is probably telling. There's nothing on this page I can see that mentions nested or children, so it doesn't mention it at all. But I'm using the native details element as a guide. All right, if they can do it, I would expect that I should be able to do it. But I think if just one person said, I don't think you can do it. Are you using a slot for the DL? No, not for the DL. I am for this more details text, but not for this bit. Is that the issue? I'm not using a slot for... Wait, what is that syntax? Is slotted a real thing? Holy shit, slotted is a real thing. So the thing is, the difference between my details element and the native one is that the more details text doesn't appear in the source code. So I mean, I'm at the moment I'm targeting the DL, the DT rather. Oh my god, the DD. But I'm only using that as a sample to see if if I can get to it. Oh no, wait, it has got a slot. Hold on. Well, okay, right, it has got a slot. Let's try and do that then. So, yeah, let's try and do that. So, what was the syntax? Slotted. So, host open. But I want to only target it if it's open, right? So, it selects any span placed inside of a slot. Jesus Christ. So, alright, let's just assume I want to target the DD, description definition, yeah. So I'm going to say host, let's just try and target the slotted. Oh wait, do I have to give it a name surely? Which one I'm trying to target? Slot name. Wait, what the heck is the syntax? Oh, is it just, do I use a name? Name equals details. It doesn't help that I can't see a blinking text. The color. Let's go to text decoration. Text decoration. Underline. That doesn't feel like the right syntax at all, does it? But I wouldn't want to match all of them. That's weird. But what if there was a second? I don't understand that. So if there was a second slot, it would apply that style to everything. Right, if I had a slot for the summary, the you know, the clickable bit, it would be targeting that as well. I wouldn't want to target that. Wait. No. Yeah, like I can't quite visualize what's happening here. That's the thing. So I can't seem to target a nested selector. I can narrow. Okay, right. So this I get that part, right? I'm targeting the DL. I guess it would actually be slot equals details. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. So this is in the. Yes, it's not name equals slot. This is in the host, not the shadow. Yeah, because if it was name equals details, then I would be targeting my shadow. But if I'm doing slot equals, I'm targeting the host, which is this thing. And I'm guessing that I can do DD. Nope. God damn it. Okay, only top level. Yeah, right. Okay. So, it doesn't help me with my actual thing. All I'm trying to do is get this arrow to flip when the thing's open, which is comical. But this is still more interesting than me making the font red or whatever. Okay, how are we doing for time? We're already an hour. Christ, for an hour, and I've literally, the page has not looked any different. So I guess I'm able to target slots, which is fine, but it happens that the summary isn't in the DOM to start off with. So it means it's not a slot. The arrow is in the shadow DOM, and it's only in the shadow DOM. So the what's happening is, in fact, actually, I don't know why. Like, realistically, have I created a slot? I have created a slot. Host open doesn't work. No, yeah, sorry, I did have that. Sorry, I know you're seeing this syntax. Yeah. Maybe that's the syntax. I mean, I don't know if the rotation's even right. No, okay, right. So this is where this can't work, right? This syntax cannot work because this part, the host open, is the host, but this slot doesn't exist. This is that's why it was named before, because it's in the shadow. So I'm incorrectly mixing a host selector with a shadow selector, and the two things aren't nested. They don't see each other. So this isn't a possible query as selector, because I generate on the fly. I generate a summary slot. I can't remember why I was doing this on a fly. It had some reason. I think it's because I didn't want to be able to. Oh Christ. I don't know what I've just done here. I know what I've done now. I've broken it. I can't remember why I didn't put. So here I've got a slot that says more details, right? But it doesn't appear because. Oh, it is there. Oh, it's at the top. what's going on? Remind me, Remy. Oh no, it's hang on. I've got the. I mean, I could put the details at the top. That was it. Okay, yeah, it's back. Oh, for heaven's sakes, look at that. Yeah, the arrow is working, and it's working because I don't know why. Oh, I know why. The reason it's working now is because it's actually in the shadow DOM in the first place, whereas before I was inserting it with JavaScript. So the CSS couldn't see it? Or something bonkers? Can I put tab index here? I can never remember if it's -1 or 0. If I want to be able to tab into it, it's not 0. -1. For fuck's sakes. How do I make something naturally tabbable? Just put tab index. You're gonna be my you people, you folks listening on. You're adding it to the light DOM. Oh, Keith, the light DOM. I like it. Wait. Oh, you're saying. Well, I was adding it to the children, which was the template cloned. All right. I think we're just gonna encrust your feedback as a permanent fixture of this video and use it for the future, because I don't know what I'm doing half the time, do I? But I've certainly learned. Let's get rid of this for a second. Might keep it because it's useful. Kept because it's nice to know. Alright. So my thing's the wrong way around. What? This doesn't work anymore. Oh, this doesn't work anymore because of that stupid comment there. Okay, and I want to start closed. I'm pretty sure that doesn't make any difference. Yeah, it doesn't make any difference. So, okay. I mean, if I I'm over an hour. What time is it? An hour and 5. What I'm going to do is just set this up so it reads the initial state from the host. And I get rid of that title thing. Oh, no, I could use the title thing, can't I? Because I can use the title thing to say change the no. If I want to change the summary, I want to change the title, I would do, whoops, I don't know, span slot equals more, even more details. Let's get rid of this rubbish. And that absolutely did not work. Because I called the slot even more details. Plum. Okay. But I don't even want this in here anyway, because it's not supposed to be there. It's funny how it's styled. Anyway, right, so it's going to be closed by default. So I'm going to read the open state. Const open equals get attribute open. We're going to... Are we allowed to do that still? Like the double bang? Can we do that? Or are we supposed to do like new boolean? Oh, anyway, blimey, that's done. Well, okay, it's almost done. We need a media query to nuke it all. So it's supposed to only be there for mobile. Oh, what is going on my mobile thing here? Sorry, my brain's just completely stopped. Yeah, I can put the media query in, can't I? So we want to do at media screen and width, min width. No, yeah, min width. I don't know, 420. px, and then we'll just do name equals summary display none, and then name equals details display block important, and then that worked. Oh my god. I mean, it's brittle because it's brittle, but it works. Indeed. Oh my god. I hope no one watches this and is like, let's not hire that dude, because he took an hour trying to implement an open and close. An hour is okay. I mean, you know, hour for hour, I think we're going to end up with... Why does that look at it? Wait, so that's currently closed. I make it bigger, it appears. Make it more narrow, it collapses. If it's open and I make it bigger, it just vanishes. And oh, that's alright, isn't it? I mean, well, okay, I say it's alright. Can't tab into it. How do I make... Does I remember how to make it tabbable? Go on. Go on. One of you wants to tell me. Tab index equals 10. I mean, that's not the way to do it, but... Oops. It's not even tabbing in. It's probably because it's not a goddamn thing, is it? That said, if I put a details element in without summary, it does put the summary. It does put the summary in, and I can still tap to it. Right. Just why is that tabbable? There's no summary in the DOM, but it is there. And you might need it. What? Delegate focus. Oh, Keith, you are the well of web component knowledge. Slash, I've done one web component in my decades of development. Does it delegate focus? Instance delegate for read-only property. Oh, is that a thing that I would do here? Attach shadow. What are the options? Mode, open, closed. Set the true, specify the code. In this case, custom. First focusable parts given focus and shadows. Okay. but is it because I can't remember if this is supposed to be 0 or -1. I thought 0 meant remove it. Oh, you numpty. I put it on the wrong thing, haven't I? Well, I mean, that's wrong, but... Now wrap the summary slot in a button. Oh yeah! In a button. Get rid of the tab index nonsense. Make it just naturally tabbable. Yeah, look at that! Okay, I mean, it's fugly, but it worked. So, name summary. What's the reset thing? Oh god. None. Font family. We got the font already. Display. Block. Nice. Oh really? That would be. There you go. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that monstrous button. Yeah. I think it's the appearance none is what I'm after. Thank you. I would have ended up just poking around the I mean, I said I would have. I've spelt that wrong, haven't I? Keith! Appearance none. Oh man, I am being... Look at that. Look at this wonderful gap. What is that about? Really? Oh, they just got rid of the border. Well, fine. Font family, inherit, inherit. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Border, none, background, none. Cool. Color, inherit. Cannot just do everything inherit. Star inherit. Come on, that should be a thing, right? A button on the outside of the slot allows you to override the text without losing the button. Yeah, but it also made way more than I wanted to be. It's probably because I was styling it badly. Yeah, I guess it was me. I've done a bit of a duff job of styling this. I've styled it the wrong way. Because, like, that's the button. But that is a me issue. Where's the... There it is. So, the margin top. Should be in the details. Alright, you can style the button. You can style the button individually. Yes. Oh, fudge. No. I mean, honestly, it's pretty close. Ah, look at you. All. It is all. Oh, I want inherit. Shaboom! Oh, cool. That's it. Get rid of that. I mean, I'll wait for testing another browser for the next hour of insanely unfun development with Remy, listening to his dull tones. But yeah, cool. I think that's that. Oh wait, hang on. No, I don't think it is that. Let's check the. Where's my? I can't. Oh, I've lost my focus. Not focusable anymore. Man, it's almost done. Everyone's left already. It's fine. Son of a. I can't. Ah, you know what? It's probably the focus ring that's vanished, isn't it? Oh, you muppet. Yeah, I need to put a focus ring on it, don't I? Button. I just want to be able to see if it's focused. Outline. OBX, solid. Blue. Yeah, there we go. Alright, space and enter don't work, but still. We'll make it work. I mean, I will. But to be fair, Keith, you coded most of this, and Chris, you spurred me on. Thanks for watching. I am going to check myself out and maybe do some coding tomorrow or next week.